everyone, welcome back to Critical Reading Class with me, Miss Evi Aziza Febrianti from Faculty of Art and Design, Bandung Institute of Technology. In this video, we're going to talk about summary. There are 3 points that we will discuss. The first one is what is summary, the second one is what is the purpose of making summary, and the third one is what is the technique of making a good summary. So let's get started with the first question. What is summary? Summary is a brief statement in your own words of a content of a passage. And the passage can be a group of paragraphs, a chapter, or an article, or a book. So here we focus on the length and the way you wrote it. Summary must be brief, and you also have to make summary in your own words. It means summary should be different from the original. Let's move on to the second question. What is the purpose of making a summary? Because you are a student, at least there are 3 purposes of making a summary. The first one is to demonstrate that you fully understand what you have read. So when you make a summary, you will focus on your attention on the content, the purpose, and also the organization of ideas. You will then separate the main ideas and supporting ideas so that you can make all of those things brief in your summary. When you can make your summary brief, it means that you understand the main thing from the text. The second purpose is to integrate source material into an essay or research paper. Summarizing is actually a common way of presenting ideas that you will explore in a paper, because later on you will write a lot of paper. And that skill is needed for students like you. The last one is to study for examination. Summary is a good study tool because it helps you to understand and remember the most important information in textbook and lectures. So that's why we need to learn how to make a good summary. Before we talk about the technique, I will talk about a good summary. What makes a summary a good summary? Actually, we have to consider the quality of the summary. There are 3 things that are very important. First one is objectivity. When you make a summary, it is very difficult to be objective because you will leave and choose some information for your summary and it will be very subjective. But if you make it unbiased and you can prevent your own feeling on the subject, I believe you can achieve objectivity. Second is brevity. The summary must be brief, concise. As Albert Einstein said, if you can explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. So, keep it simple. The last one is completeness. Just because you make it shorter doesn't mean that it is not complete. So, make the information in your summary as complete as you can. Make sure these 3 things are in your summary so that you will have a good summary. Now, we're going to talk about the technique. So, what is the technique of making a good summary? I will explain it step by step. First step is read the passage carefully so you know the structure. You need to find out what is the purpose of the author in writing the text. It will help you to distinguish between the more important and the less important information. Then, after that, reread the text. Underline the key ideas, the key terms, the labels. Divide the passage into sections so that you will understand it clearly. Next, write 1 sentence summary of each paragraph. After you read, after you understand, please write your summary in a separate sheet of paper so that it will have totally different wording with the original text. After you write 1 sentence summary in each paragraph in the text, write a thesis. What is thesis? Thesis is a central idea of the passage. So here, it can be a 1 or 2 sentence summary of the entire passage, and it will be determined by the kind of text because different texts have different structure. If you have descriptive passage, for example, it will be a description of the subject. And if you have persuasive text, you will find out the conclusion from the text. After writing the thesis, write the first draft. You can combine the thesis with 1 sentence summary, or you make a list of 1 sentence summary. And then you can also eliminate the repetition here and then eliminate less important information or adding some details if it is important. After you write the first draft, you can check your summary against the original passage. You have to make your own summary different because you have to state it in your own words. Please make sure that your summary has different wording compared to the original one. And the last one is revise your summary. Please check the style, the logical flow, and also grammar and punctuation because they are very important. Here you can also check the spelling because sometimes you misspell some words. And then check the coherence of the sentences so that your summary will be united and coherent. Okay, so that's the technique of making a good summary. There are 7 steps. I hope you can follow the steps and try to make a good summary. That's all about summary. Thank you very much for your attention and participation. See you again in the next video.